So today's the 8th of June 2026. Got an interesting update. The updates today is number one, I was sold a fake Rolex, which is a whole story I'll get into. And number two, we are on pace to do our first £100,000 cash month. So if anybody doesn't know me, my name is Alex Johnson. Most people call me Alexia. I've literally used this channel to film my journey since the start. So yeah, let's get into the update. So first of all, I bought a Rolex. I wanted to treat myself a milestone gift and use it as an investment as well. I didn't just want money just constantly sitting in the bank. I don't know, I always just feel weird with cash in the bank or an amount that I don't necessarily need to hand. So I thought, right, let me buy a watch. It's a good milestone. It's a good present for myself. It's a good next level sort of thing. So I did my research. I looked at a lot of shops and a lot of places to buy it. I took my time. I was diligent with it. And then I found this place that I went to. Now, this place that I went to, I knew a lot of big people that had bought from it. I knew it was reputable. I knew people knew who they were, right? So I bought the watch and it was fucking fake. So essentially I bought the watch, I vlogged the whole thing, I got sick content of it and I was getting it edited, I was going to release it, but something was telling me not to release it and I just felt weird about the watch. So a couple of things happened. So first thing that happened is when they took the links out from this place, one of the links came a little bit undone. I was like, a watch like that should not be doing it. And I was like, was it undone because they didn't tighten it or was it undone because it's weird? Anyway, went back to the shop and got it fixed. Then after that, the box, if anyone has bought a Rolex before or dealt with a Rolex box, when you open up the box, there's a bit on the inside where you can put it down and all the papers are in there, like the official, like the warranty card, the blah, blah, all that stuff, the manual. That kept falling. So every time I would open up the box, that would fall. And I was like, that's weird. I was like, and they told me it was a brand new watch, unworn, 2025. I was like, that's fucking weird. Like a watch that's like 15 grand, which is what I paid for it, pounds, should not have a fucking faulty box. So I messaged him and I was like, mate, this isn't right. I need to go get it. I need a new box. He was like, yeah, come back whenever you want, we'll replace it. So I was like, all right, fine. Then before I went back to replace it, I kept getting these faults, like get it authenticated, but I just wasn't going to do it because I'm like, it should be fine. Then when I was sitting here, I was wearing it and I saw a chip in the buckle, in the clasp, and I was like, watches like this should not be fucking chipping. I hadn't knocked it, I hadn't banged it or anything, so I was like, this is just fucking odd at this point. So anyway, it got to a point where it was last Saturday now, today's Monday, it was last Saturday, like 10 days ago now, where I was kind of like, right, let me just go get it checked. I need to go get the box anyway, let me just shut up these faults, just go get it checked. So I went to get it checked, went to the place that they told me to go to that was like one of the best places in Dubai to authenticate watches. I didn't tell them that I was going to authenticate it because I had this thing as well. I was like, I just don't know, who knows, what's for me to say that they won't warn the people he's coming, like tip them off to pass it. Anyway, so I went in, got the watch authenticated, guy comes out, and he was like, when you came in, he was like, I was really confused as to why he was authenticating this watch because it looks perfect. But it was like, the whole thing's fake. I was like, what? He was like, there's not one single part of this watch that's actual Rolex. I was like, are you fucking joking me? He gave me an actual I bought a Batgirl. He gave me an actual Batgirl and I could feel the weight difference. And I was like, how the fuck did these guys not know that? Like, well, which is another part of the story I'll get into. So anyway, I didn't tell them that I had gone and done that, and I didn't tell them that I knew it was fake. But I went back to their shop, thinking I'm going to get the box back. I go in, there's some pretty famous guys out here that run quite a big podcast that were in there buying a watch. They have like a legit clientele. But anyway, went in, and the guy was like laughing. I was like, yeah, go grab him the box. How you doing, mate? Blah blah blah. And I was like, fuck the box. I was like, you sold me a fucking fake watch. They was like, what? And I pulled out a certificate from the place that they sent. And they was like, oh. And they started shitting themselves, obviously, because they had this big guy in there about to drop like 100 grand on a fucking rare AP or something. So anyway, they were like, oh shit, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, mate, I'm so sorry. I'll give you your money back straight away. Like, don't even worry about it. So they handled it well. But then they were like, I need to take this watch back to give it back to the guy that sold it to me for him to refund me, and then I can refund you. And I was like, mate, I ain't leaving this shop without something of the value, because in Dubai, to transfer from business to business bank accounts, with the bank accounts that we've got, it takes 12 hours for it to verify, for the banks to go, yes, now you can transfer to that person, if that makes sense. So anyway, I was like, I'm not leaving this fucking store without the cash, or without something of the value. I didn't say without the cash, I said without something of the value. So I said, you either need to transfer me to my UK accounts. He was like, I don't have anything in my UK accounts anymore. So I was like, fine. I was like, you need to give me something then. So he was like, come with me. He went to the back and gave me like 15 grand in cash, pounds. Obviously it was in dirhams, but the value of 15 grand in cash. And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? And I was like, how do I know some of these notes ain't fake as well? And he was like, well, look, it won't be verified till like 2 a.m. in the morning here. So he said, come back take the cash, come back in the morning, drop it off and I'll transfer you. So I was like, fine. Did that, got the money back in their accounts. They handled it well, to be fair. But then he was like, I'll source you another one. So I was like, all right, fine. Source me a brand new one, 2026. It still had the stickers on from Rolex. And then I went back to the authentication place to get it authenticated. But he met me there with the watch. I just didn't like that. I just didn't like the fact that he had already... They already know each other, the authentication place and them, which is why I didn't tell them originally that I was going to do that. And I didn't like the fact that he was already in there before me. He'd been there for 10 minutes. Because in my head I'm thinking, how do I not know? He's just given him like 500 quid and gone, right, this guy, he caught us on the fake one. Like, just say this passes to shut him up. So I went in there, I got it authenticated, and like as I was sitting there waiting for it, I just had a really fucking bad feeling. And I was just like, fuck this, I'm not buying this. There's no chance on earth I'm buying this. I just, like, something inside of me was like, don't fucking buy this watch. So I didn't buy it. I said it to him, he was like, it's fine, like, I get it, no worries. I was like, look, to be honest, mate, my trust is just burnt. I just have a bad feeling about it. So when I was like, you've also completely killed the moment. I bought this as like a massive milestone for myself. And you've just fucking killed it because you sold me a fake one. Anyway, he was very apologetic and stuff, but I was also suspicious because I was like, is he so apologetic and has he tried to fix it so much because he's got caught for selling fakes, or is he apologetic because he actually is legit and doesn't want that reputation to catch up with him? Anyway, I haven't escalated it. I've left it at that. I got my money back. They paid for everything that it cost me in terms of authentication fees, etc. in all the fuck about. So they've covered all of that. But yeah, so that was crazy. So I'm going to buy another watch eventually, not from them. But yeah, I've heard the watch game was dirty, and now I've got full insight into that. Like, some of my friends who are very involved in it were like, a lot of these places are legit, but every 1 in 10 watches they'll sell a fake one, knowing that if they run the risk of it, they'll just refund you straight away, and they know that all of their other customers are fine. So anyway, who knows? But point being, he said he didn't know. He apologised, he refunded. But yeah, that was that. So that was interesting. And aside from that, obviously it's the 8th of June. We're 8 days into the month. We are on track to do 100k. I don't know if we're going to do it, but I do have a lot of belief that we can do it. When I say on track, when I say 100k, I mean cash. Because contracted, I've done 100k. Realistically, which I didn't even deep till like really just recording this video, because if I just pull up my spreadsheet of my ads, because we had somebody else close from the ads from last month. So last month from our adverts in May, we contracted £83,000 worth of business, potentially £90,000 worth of business if the woman tomorrow goes ahead. Potentially 90. So anyway, we could have contracted. We could have done that last month if the people come through that I think will. But this month, starting off June, we've contracted. We've cash collected. We've done 25k, which obviously is on pace. We need to do that every week, and we'll hit 100. So we're very much on pace for it. And yeah, I mean, we just onboarded our second closer. So there's me closing and 2 closers. And this week, I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. we've got 32 calls in without doing anything else. Our setter's now dialing. We've still got the ads to run for the week. So 32 calls. Our show rate last week was like 82%. Let's just say it's 80%. 25 should show, and we're currently closing at 20%. So we should get another 5 closes if we can get 2 of them to pay in full. Like we're very much on track to do it. So yeah, this should be a record cash month. So I'm interested to see how it goes and where it goes. But yeah, things are good. We're moving forward. It's been a tough few months of testing and learning and mental curves to overcome, but we're really, really pushing forward with it now. So yeah, really looking forward to that next level, and yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, it's a little update of the journey.